Order processing. First, we have a note at the top telling us not to run multiple batches in the same computer, on the same browser, anything along those lines. So this is where we get our 1-1-1 rule. We want one batch on one browser on one computer at a time. If you have to run multiple computers, you can do it. Definitely do different batches on different computers. Just be careful not to run the same batch on different computers because it will run, especially if you're doing it at the same time. So the other rule that we want to watch out for is when we click start, don't walk off. Make sure you get your coffee and food and all that before you hit start, because what we're going to want to see is the successes, and we want to see those moving. But if at any time there's an issue, the error rate is going to start just ticking off. The successes will stop, and that means that there's an issue. You will want to hit cancel, and then you're going to go back to the club member tab to see what the issue is. We'll talk about that in a second. So first off, if you wanted to, you could do all members, ship members, or if you just had pickup members, you could do that as well. You can also do multiple states. So if you had certain states that you wanted to knock out first, you could do that, or to save them. So you could skip them in the club member tab and then go back to them later if you want. And then we have all members and non-processed members. So here's the deal on this. When we hit start and the successes are going, the errors that are going to pop up, hopefully, because you've done all your due diligence, you're only going to have, sorry, your card declined or expired cards. Those will be your errors. You can always, on a different computer, have somebody look under the club member tab and change the drop down to decline. So I do this for clients where I'll be watching from my computer and I just make sure that there's no issues really popping up while they're processing. But if for any reason you need to cancel, the start will turn to a cancel and you stop that. When you go back to start again, don't do all members because the system is going to try all the declines again. You want to do non-processed members. Now what's also going to happen is you are going to get a flag that says your credit card declined on the last club run, and that's all well and fine, and that will be under the club member and their club section. There will be a flag on their profile. The problem comes in the past where it was very persistent, especially if you ran everybody and then you went and got a whole bunch of declined cards and updated those and then came back and then you ran all members again. That flag would persist even though you might have updated or processed that card and it went through fine. So the workaround is to make sure that if for whatever reason you cancel, you start with non-processed members. But then the other more efficient way of handling any declines is to actually pull up the customer, go into their profile, go to the credit cards, either make sure or update their card for them, and always, always, always make sure it's attached to the proper club, especially if you're changing them. And then go into manage club memberships. You will see this little link icon. By clicking on that link, it takes you right to the batch, right to that customer only, and then you can process them. That is a better way to handle any declines. It also keeps you from having to go back into order processing and then running a whole bunch at once. So that would be the better, cleaner, safer way of doing all that. Now, as mentioned in the previous video, once you are done running all the members in the batch, go back to the club member tab and ideally check all your declines, make sure there are no hidden issues, and then if you are doing it my suggested way, you're going to decline email is going to get sent to them from here because it's got the auto-populating tag of credit card info. If you have opted out of doing that yourself and you just want the system to do it, that's fine. But still come back to the club member tab, double check the declines and make sure there aren't any other issues. But order processing should go very, very smoothly. And just remember the 111 rule, and then also don't walk off after you hit start. Just make sure you just keep an eye on it every few moments, just to make sure nothing's running away on you. All right. Now for post processing.